The gap concept explains why you need a stronger hand to call a raise than to open with a raise from the same seat at the poker table. Make sure to watch our video on position before attempting to learn the gap concept. Your position at the poker table tells you many things, one of which is how many people are left to act behind you. Pre-flop, the under the gun spot has a full 8 people left to act, while the dealer only faces the 2 blinds. When facing 8 opponents, the chances that at least one of them has a better hand than you are much higher than if you're just facing 2. As an example, let's say you get dealt pocket nines, but you're under the gun. So as we just mentioned, you're facing 8 opponents. The chances that one of these opponents or more has you beat already before we even see the flop is a full 20%. If you have the same pocket nines, but this time you're on the dealer button, there's only 2 players left to act, the small blind and the big blind, and the chances that one of them already has you beat is a modest 5%. This is one reason why we mentioned in the position video that the button is the best seat in poker. This idea that as your position worsens, you can only raise stronger and stronger hands also happens to be the foundation of the gap concept. Let's take a look at a hypothetical player with a tight open raising range from under the gun. It might only include 6 hands, and we'll write them down so we remember them. Hands like ace-ace, king-king, ace-king, queens, jacks, and maybe ace-queen suited. From middle position, this same tight player might widen his open raising range to include, in addition to these 6 hands, hands like ace-jack, ace-10 suited, 10-10, and pocket nines. The reason his range has widened in middle position is that less people are left to act behind him, so there's a smaller chance that one of them has a better hand. Let's say our player is in middle position, but a player of the same style has open raised under the gun. If it folds around to our player, he's no longer willing to play these 4 additional hands. He's also probably willing to fold a couple of these 6 top hands. He knows his opponent has at least one of these best 6 hands in the game, because he raised from under the gun. The range of hands that our player was once willing to raise with, but is unwilling to call with, is known as the gap. Let's generalize the gap concept in a drawing. All poker hands exist on a ranked continuum. At the top, you have pocket aces. And all the way at the bottom, you have a hand like 2-7 offsuit. From a specific position, a player is only willing to play a small subset of all poker hands as an open raise pre-flop. From the same position, when facing an early position raise, our raising range shrinks to a calling range. The difference in size between our calling range and our open raising range from the same seat is known as the gap.